You're listening to the Australian Hunting and Beyond podcast with Matt, where we talk about hunting, shooting, fishing, camping, and everything else that the great outdoors has to offer. Let's get into it.
So currently sitting here freezing our backsides off on a hunt and it's cold. Trying to get the fire going at the moment, and it's dark. And Brady, welcome to the show. What the hell's going on? It's cold.
Oh, mate, to be honest, it's probably better than last night. At least it's not raining and we're under a gazebo. At least we're around the fire, but it does not help being at the highest part of the property, I think. It is pretty cold up here.
Well, I think we're up about 900 above sea level, so it is very cold here tonight, and the wind's not helping. In saying that, compared to last night when we were sitting around the fire and it started raining, we didn't realise how cold it was until we stepped away from that fire, and I think we're in the swags by 8 p.m.
Yeah, it was about 8 p.m, 8:30, I think.
Just trying to keep warm because it was very cold. So we trying something new around the campfire on the hunt. This is Brady's first ever hunt. How's it going?
Yeah, it's good. It's obviously been a bit different. Just firstly coming into a private property that we're on at the moment, and being on my own kind of hunt and not really being around it at all at the moment. It's kind of a bit different, and I think today was a lot better. Yesterday was hard because it was kind of not knowing what to do and where to go and how quiet to be and everything like that. But I felt like this morning's hunt was good. Then this afternoon's hunt was even better. I just felt like a lot more comfortable, knowing what to do, where to be, and those types of things. And besides, when it got pretty cold, glassing up on that hill there towards the end, where I called it quits for a little bit. But it's been really good at the moment.
Yeah, so we're on a paid private property, and it's pretty good. There's been a lot of good sign. Haven't seen any game yet, which has been a bit disappointing. A lot of roos and wallabies, but I would have expected to see a little bit more, I guess, probably animals. But look, hey, at the end of the day, we've seen a fair bit of sign. We've put out a couple of trail cams, and we've got a game plan for the morning. So I'm feeling pretty confident that tomorrow morning might go all right, that we have a rough idea. I think we've patterned where the deer are moving quite well. So this afternoon, this morning, we were really trying to look for goats, and we just couldn't find them. I know they're on the property. Yeah, we just couldn't find them. Had a good look around all the rock sort of areas and underneath it where they'd be under the wind, and just nothing. So I mean, that's hunting at the end of the day. They could be in the property one day and out the next. So you just, is what it is. But it's been fun. I've enjoyed showing you the ropes, and it's one of those things. I don't know whether this is more a hunting trip or a camping trip.
Yeah, it's a bit of both. Like we said this morning, it's kind of when we were thinking about what time do we want to leave, and we're like, oh well, we are here to hunt, but then again, we are here to camp and just relax and have a bit of a downtime before going back to work, really. And so I think it's a good mix in between and of hunting and camping and just enjoying time together and time outside and time out in the bush. So,
and this has been a long time coming, I guess. When was the first? You bought your gear how long ago?
Over a year ago now.
We're talking a decent amount of time between drinks. So you've been building up for this trip.
Yeah, it's
continued to build.
It's been an expensive hobby to get into, but yeah, so I have been doing it over a year. So, but no, it's been good to finally put everything out there and get everything into use, and starting to use all those hunting equipment that I bought all that time ago. So no, it's been really good.
I think the funny thing I've seen is that he's got all this flash kit for camping, and all of it's brand spanking new. He's taking plastic off it as we're going to cook, and it's a brand new thing. And there's been a couple of items he hasn't known how to start. The jet boil, that was gold.
Mate, it's a learning experience.
It is.
That's what it is, trial and error on the run.
If you've ever come to one of the drinks or for the old podcast, Brady came along to one, but Brady, I guess, it would be borderline bullying, I suppose, would be the comment. So when we were packing for this, Brady's quite a short individual. He's nearly as wide as he is high because he's built like a, Arnold Schwarzenegger lookalike. And when we were packing, I sent him a photo of this little kid's camp chair that's my son's when he was like 1 or 2. And Brady didn't even pick up on it. And I deliberately put like a glove next to it and still didn't get it until I sort of referred him back to the picture. But
I just thought you were trying to be a nice bloke and just thought I needed a camp chair.
You've got a full-size camp chair.
Yeah, I do. Look, It's probably too big for me, actually. My feet nearly dangle.
You need the little step ladder I got you for your ute.
Yeah, that's actually underneath my seat. Thank you.
It's so Brady and I work together, and he's left us and moving on to greener pastures. So we thought this would be the perfect time to celebrate his promotion and getting out and about. And he's been wanting to get out hunting for a while, and this sort of the stars aligned. Not last night because they definitely weren't out.
No, not at all. There's a couple out tonight.
Tonight looks good. It's a very clear night, so it'll probably be a bit colder. But just sitting around the campfire now, having a couple of beers has been quite rewarding. Obviously, the firearms are locked away and won't be touched tonight. So quite a nice little relaxing evening before we hit the sack and get out there tomorrow morning. Hopefully, chase some deer.
Yeah, hopefully get something to take home and for it to be a rewarding experience. I guess it's rewarding anyway, getting time out and getting time to spend out in the bush and kind of reset and everything like that. But yeah, it would be nice to hopefully get some game meat and, take it home and get people to experience it and bring them into hunting.
I was saying earlier when we were sitting there, we have some beautiful spots on this property and just overlooking everything. And I'll put some photos up on Instagram and Facebook. But I think I said to you that it's like meditation with a rifle. We were sitting there just glassing some hills and just chilling, and it literally just felt like that, just meditation with a rifle. Really calm, relaxing, just listening to the sounds of the bush and just hanging out, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I could have stayed there all afternoon. We definitely needed to get back up and cook some food up and get this fire cranking. So.
Exactly right. It was getting cold. But I guess it was nice until we had to climb those last couple of hills in the morning. Coming back up on the way down.
So this property we're on has, I think it's about a difference in about 750 to 850 elevation from bottom to top. And we are currently camping right at the top. And it is, it's unbelievable view because you're up so high. But yes, walking out from camp today and some of the places we went to, Jesus, climbing those hills, you really get an appreciation for hunt fitness, don't you?
Oh, exactly right. I thought I was pretty fit, and trying to walk up those hills at times, I felt like I was blowing, and my watch started going a bit higher, the heart rate started going up a bit higher, and I went, oh no, I don't know if we're going to make it all the way up these, but just having Maddie behind me, just pushing me along.
I was behind because I was buggered. Yeah, I was battling up the hills, that's for sure. It's great terrain. I've just had a real good couple of days just climbing and looking and exploring, and it's some great terrain here. Just I'd love to spend a week here. There's so much of the property that you could explore and find. So there's just so many game trails. Like it's so hard to see where they actually are because there's just so many of them and they're going every sort of which way. So we've got the game plan tomorrow. We'll hit, I think we've sort of patterned the deer to be coming off a couple of areas of farmland and the way they're going. So I think we might have a bit of a shot in the morning. So we'll wait and see because everything points to that from the way the prints were going. And because it rained last night, the ground was a bit softer. It was a lot easier to see the fresh prints. So I really do think it was a blessing in disguise, even though it was so cold and horrible.
Yeah, I do think that's going to be good tomorrow, hopefully, and just kind of sitting off that trail and hoping that they come past. But yeah, I think even just the drive in, I think was the exciting part for me. A bit of tracks to drive on, and
Is that the first time your four-wheel drive's gone off?
yeah, first time, and I've had it for close to 2 years now.
Yeah, wow.
So that was one point I thought Matt was going to come back into me. But
Oh, mate, I'll tell you what, I love my Triton. The only issue with it is I got manual, and if the turbo hasn't kicked in and you're on a bit of a hill, and look, it is my fault too, I just couldn't be bothered dropping the air pressure in the tyres. It's not probably warranted where we are. It was a tiny, 20, 30 metres section of the track.
yeah,
As soon as I got up that, the problem was getting up it just didn't want to go up it, and then it started slipping. So it was a bit of a pain in the backside, because the rest of the track you didn't need to.
no,
And it was just that little bit there. But the old auto is the way to go. I know the next car I get is definitely going to be an auto. Just make life easy and not have to worry about it, because it was just trying to get that little bit of run up
yeah,
to get the turbo high enough to be able to cope and go and start pulling, because it just was stopping. So I'm glad I didn't run back India.
yeah, I am too.
That was a win.
I had it in reverse just in case, just in case. But no, it's been good, and I think like obviously we're only here for a few days and only having four hunts, so obviously we can't explore all parts of the property. We're leaving a lot without looking at it, so it's I guess exciting for if we do come back to this property, and where we've seen things, and then where we can actually explore next time, because yeah, it is a pretty big property and there is a lot to look at, and we've only really scratched the surface of it, I think.
I can really understand when people have their own private access and it's a big block that, it takes a long time to get used to it and find out to pattern the deer and what they're doing. It's not just as easy as walking out and shooting something. So for me, this has been sort of a really good experience of getting out here, trying to find out where things are in such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Now, I think if you had a lot more time and you put the trail cameras out and really worked out where they were moving, what times and whatnot, you'd be a lot more successful. But it's been good, the spot and stalk. Look, you've definitely improved from day one. You were crashing around the bush I thought you were throwing weights in the gym, to be honest, and then got a lot quieter and whatnot. And you've unfortunately you've been a bit hamstrung from the get-go. You haven't got the firearms license just yet. No. So I brought the bow for him, and it doesn't, it's not obviously suited to him. It's tuned for me. So we had to do some shooting on the first day just to get him sort of, I guess, being able to sort of shoot the compound like a traditional bow.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
right.
you couldn't, my draw length's a little bit longer than yours, and you couldn't see through the peephole.
No, so I'm going blind.
But you did all right then. You got
yeah.
a couple of adjustments and sort of gave you a couple of pointers and straight into it. And you were hitting
exactly
the target,
right.
which was nice.
Yeah.
And then I was excited today. I've got a little bit of property that I'm on where I live, but I can shoot sort of a good 30 metres, and that's it. So it's been it was nice today. We got back from the hunt, the first morning hunt, and I grabbed the bow out and thought I'd just stretch the legs and try and tune it to 40 and then out to 50, and I was pretty happy with 50. I was hitting the target every time practically.
Yeah.
Little bit astray, if you'd say a grouping like in shooting, it was probably a foot apart, but I mean, realistically, I was pretty happy with my first go at shooting 50.
And the wind was pretty pretty
was
bad
ordinary
at that point too, so
yeah,
which shouldn't help.
No, 100%. The wind was terrible, actually, for that. I would like to actually, hopefully tomorrow before we pack up, I'd love it if there was a little bit of, I guess, downtime. So we have some windless area, or have some, a bit of time just where the wind isn't cracking and coming through, and then be able to sort of have a crack at 50 again, just to see where it really is, because I really did struggle with that wind today. Like, that was moving a fair bit. So I don't know how much it was moving the arrow, and 50 metres is quite a distance as well. So, but hey, that's been a win. I mean, it's been a good trip. Just waking up on top of feels like you're on top of the world.
Yeah, exactly right. You are pretty much, we're pretty much above everything here. I don't think there's too many points higher than us where we are.
No, there's one equal, and I'm looking over at it right now, and there's still a little bit of light in the sky, not much, and that's where we climbed to today. But to get there is a nice big dip.
Yeah.
So we did this big dip and then up to the same sort of elevation. Then for some reason, I think I made the stupid move of let's go explore a bit further that way, and then dropped back down. And then we came to the edge of the property and went, ugh, now we got to go back. So it was, probably not the greatest call on my part. But
at least we learned our lesson today and we drove down. So
yeah, I'll tell you what, we wanted to hunt the other side of the property, which is down the bottom, and we just went, no, let's take a car. Let's drive down and we can hunt the bottom side without walking. Originally we were going to walk down and then walk back up. That would have taken 6 hours.
We'd still be walking up the hill, I reckon.
That would have been crazy. But no, it's been good. It's been a good couple of days, and I'm excited for tomorrow. I'm really excited. There's a lot of sign around, and pretty confident we've seen fallow and red scat. So a couple of different species of deer here, which is exciting. Definitely fallow, but very confident red too. But and then some of the prints, there was definitely a big difference in the print sizes.
Yeah.
So
that was a big one.
There's a couple of big ones there, which I would be pushing towards red. So compared to the fallow, which you can definitely tell the difference in size there. So hopefully we'll be able to at least see a couple tomorrow. Anyway, that I was a bit disappointed where we were glassing. We had a really good spot to glass this afternoon, but there was a couple of trailheads and nothing came.
Yeah, no, nothing. Sitting there, I was thinking for sure we're going to see something coming down, just even because trying to get down off the hill a little bit because we're a bit higher, trying to get a little bit lower. I thought we'd see something, but nothing. I thought I heard a couple of things here and there, nothing kind of eventuated, and I thought for sure we'd see something, but yeah.
What's been the toughest thing?
Toughest thing, probably like the walking's not too bad, kind of the hiking and trekking and those types of things. I guess maybe, to be honest, probably carrying the bow. That's been the pain, just on the forearms, and that's probably been the hardest thing, is trying to navigate through when we go through a bit of thick stuff and trying to navigate where the bow's going and what's going on with the bow and holding it and hand placement and that type of thing. That's probably been the thing I've been thinking about most moving throughout the country that we're going through. Other than that, most of it's not been too bad because you pretty much take the lead. So I just follow your footsteps and off we go. But yeah, I think also kind of knowing what's what to start off with was hard because I was like, I don't know what I'm looking for. But I think now I've kind of got that and understand what I'm looking for and what type of sign I'm looking for and those types of things. So that's helped in that regard. But yeah, probably just the holding of the bow and walking with the bow and moving around with that. That's probably been the hardest.
I think that's one thing for me that I've noticed, which has been great, is seeing you develop in the sense you never had any idea what sign was. And then now you're spotting it.
Yeah.
And you're saying, hey, here's this, which is it's almost like a bit of a crash course for you. And, whilst I'm no expert by any stretch of the imagination, it's good to see that you've been able to, I guess, have a look at what is what, be able to identify it and then go, oh, sweet, this is, here, have a look at this, here's this, which has been good.
Yeah, and also just even glassing off that this morning, what we're doing when we're glassing, I saw that wallaby or kangaroo, whatever one, we couldn't decide what it was. It was pretty big though, but even just seeing that a couple 100 meters away, that was pretty good, and going, yep, cool, I'm on the right path here and I'm looking in the right areas, so that was a positive.
It takes me back to what, some advice is that take 3 steps and glass, take 3 steps and glass, because you open up so much new territory. So Brady and I were sitting there watching, we're overlooking this just nice little gully that was getting sun because it was so cold here. So we figured the deer would be moving back up to their beds, and we were sitting there looking at some, nice sunny areas where they'd probably move through and warm up. And we were next to each other, well, probably 4 or 5 meters apart.
Oh, probably not even that far.
And I could not see this kangaroo for the life of me. I was glassing, couldn't see it, to the point Brady jumped up, actually came over behind us, and he tried to see it and he couldn't see it either. So it sort of just goes to show that the slightest, an extra metre or two does open up so much more country that was previously blocked, whether it be trees, whether it be something else too. So that's always a good one, because I think it's probably one of the things I don't do enough of is I don't glass. I don't take a couple of steps in glass. I probably take too many steps before glassing. And, the last time we had Frank on, he was sort of talking about, if you're in an area with sign, why are you walking through to get more sign? It was something he was taught by someone on the Hunters Campfire Deer Camp. So good little thing that I sort of thought about today and went, okay, maybe I've got to start doing that a bit better. But, if you've got sign, why are you going to try and find areas with more sign? But I suppose for me, that depends on the time of day too, because when we got down and we hit the sign, it was sort of 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, and all the sign pointed to they'd been there in the morning coming off farmland. So for me, I don't think that the deer were anywhere near where we're moving. They've already, that was done early in the morning. So again, something to pattern the deer and work out what they're doing, and we'll know because we're going to hit that area tomorrow. Plus, I've thrown up a couple of game trail cameras, so it'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, it'd be good, especially where we're kind of thinking about sitting off, which is down towards the start of the property, which would be good, and just kind of trying to get them as they come back through. But yeah, I think it's been a really good couple of days, and I've learned a lot. And yeah, obviously I would, because it's my first time, but more than I thought I would have. I think I've learnt just within a day. It's been awesome just kind of reflecting on it and looking back. And this time yesterday, I still had no idea. Now today, I have a bit of an idea, and hopefully tomorrow we've got deer. So
fingers crossed. It hasn't happened yet for me, but you never know. But either way, it's been a great couple of days, and, I don't think, there's nothing better than just getting out of the city, getting away from the day-to-day grind, and sitting around a campfire, having a beer and hunting all day. I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and, just sitting here looking at the fire and looking up at the stars and how beautiful they are and what a great sky we have tonight.
He's actually looking at my eyes, guys.
Well, that's not true. I'd have to be looking down and probably hurt my neck. But no, it's been great. Hopefully we'll do it again very soon, and hopefully we'll have a bit of success tomorrow, and we'll have to do a second part.
Exactly right.
So, all right, guys. Hope a little bit different this one. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and bye for now.
If you have a topic, guest, question, or any gear that you want to hear about on the podcast, shoot us an email, australianhuntingandbeyond@gmail.com. Alternatively, find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All the links are in the show notes. If you haven't already, make sure you give us a review and subscribe to our podcast on whatever platform you're listening on. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.